Welcome to Module 5, last session. This time we are going to make a practical example with App Inventor. We will make two examples: receive information from carriers and display it in the mobile phone, and send info to carriers from our mobile phone. For the first example, we'll get information about one of our devices, as we have explained in the first lesson of this module. We will get information from this URL here. And this is what we get. There are three devices: P1, Mac1, and DDD. We are going to get information about the data stored in Pi1 using this URL. Okay. Plus we include here the streams to get the data. So let's move to the App Inventor. Okay, so here I have a login in the App Inventor webpage, and I have my projects here. So I'm going to start a new project, and I call it demo get data, for example. Now I have the main screen, the designer block, the designer view. I have nothing, so I'm going to include the interfaces, the devices that I will need. First of all, a button to get for information, and then some text boxes to display the information. But first of all, I'm going to use some horizontal arrangement so it gets aligned. And now I will put my text boxes inside this horizontal arrangement. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are over here. I can put some text inside, for example, temp. I'm going to display temperature here, and humidity here. And here I will display the values that I receive when I click the button. I will also need a web interface. So I include it here. It's not visible, so it appears down here in non-visible components, but it's active. It's a non-visible component when I need it. So I move down to the blocks and I start building my application. I have common blocks, specific blocks for the devices that I have included. So first of all, everything starts when I press the button 1, okay, and then when I press the button I want to make a REST request. So I go to web. This is my web component, and then I look for web URL. I'm going to set the web URL to something. This something should be text. Okay. And here I will type the API from carriers. .com devices, and I have to write the name of my device. So for example, 1 and the name of my account, whatever it is. You should put here your specific value, and then streams, because I want to get stream data. And I will also include this. Okay, order equal -1 to get the latest result first. Okay, reverse order. So this should be my URL. Now I have to build the headers. So I look something related to header. like this, request headers. Okay, and I can try to write some text here, but it doesn't match. Why? Because it doesn't expect text. So remove this. What does it expect? A list. So we use make list to include parameters, because header has parameters with two values, the name and the value of that parameter. Since I need two things, content type and IPK, I need to make two lists, and I can put text, hopefully. Okay, you see, then I can copy and paste, so it's faster. Okay, so here I will put content type with JSON, application, JSON, okay, and here caveats APK, and here I will run APK, whatever. You have to take it from your account. This is your APK. Okay, and finally I'm going to make the request. So I'll go here and I call get. I'm going to make this request. Okay, so that should be it. Okay, so now I'm ready to send my request and get some information. So how do I get the information? How do I receive it? With this, I can get a file and I can get text. So with web1 got text, I'm going to do something. But I'm going to do something if what I've received is correct. So I will use this if then. If you want to use if then else, okay, you can do like this. Okay, modify a little bit blocks. So first of all, if the response code is correct, okay, sorry, sorry. Okay, if get response code equals to something, how do I do this? Okay, so first of all, I need a comparison. So I go to logic and I use this block here. Then I put this. The corresponding is equal to what? To something, to a value. In this case, 200. So I use in math value 200. If the response code is 200, it's okay. If not, I will do something else. Okay. What I will do? Okay. So first of all, I will need a variable data to put the data I have received. So I use this initial global name to this create entity list. Okay, variable. I'm going to call it main data. Okay. So now I can use it. So I'm going to use this one. So I can choose all my variables here. So in this case, main data to what I've received. Okay, so I'm going to this, and I'm going to use this JSON text decode. I'm going to decode because I get a JSON file, a JSON text, and I'm going to decode. So where is the JSON text? Here in response content. Okay. Okay, so what am I getting? If we look here, this is what we receive, and we get this total documents. Okay, and then we get a field called result, that is an array with each of these 17 data. Okay, so this is the first one, and we have humidity 50, humidity 20. Second one, humidity 50, temperature 20, and so on. For each measurement, we get the timestamp, okay, and some other information. So we need to navigate through this JSON file to get the values that we are going to show. Okay. Well, so let's see how we are going to do it. We need another variable. We call it main data 2, for example, and we initialize it to an empty list. Okay, so we're going to set it to put information here in this main data 2. Okay, and we have to navigate the JSON. The JSON is kind of list, so we want to look in this list. Okay, we have look in pairs here and here. Okay, where are we going to look? In this global main data, where we put the data from the response content, we put it as a JSON decode in global main data. So then from global main data, we put it only some parts in main data 2. What parts? The parts here, result. Okay, because we don't want the total documents field, we want the result, and from result we will take the first sample. Okay, so we take result, and if it's not found, we will use not found. Okay, well, okay, so now what we are going to do is to extract information from this global variable and put it in our text boxes. Okay, so first of all, we go to text box, set text. Okay, and now we're going to do to navigate inside this JSON text. Okay, so first I will put some blocks, and then I will explain. Okay, so first of all, we have here this array result, and we want to get the first item. Okay, so for that we use this number. Okay, we want the first item of what? Of global main data 2. Take the first item in the list of global main data 2. Okay, once I have it, I'll look for this parameter data. Okay, so I will put this here, data, and then inside data I look for humidity and temperature. For example, temp. Okay, now I will put that in the text box. Okay, if I copy everything and put it here, I'll have to change for humidity. Okay. Everything is the same, but instead of temp, I put humidity here. Okay, so everything is set up. We meet only what happens if the code, if the information we receive here is not correct, the code is not 200. We will write kind of error message. So, for example, here, text, for example, error getting info. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so now we are ready to test our application. We can go to connect and select the AI companion application, emulate or USB. We can choose the emulator and wait until the emulator loads, and then we will test our application. Okay, so now we have the emulator started, and this is our app. When we click the button, we get the last values, in this case 33 and 56 degrees. Okay, now we're going to make a second example where we will send data to carriers. So we start a new project. We call it demo send data, for example. And what we are going to do is similar to the previous example. We use a button to send information, then only one text box to display the information that we receive, to check that everything is okay. And again, we need a web element to create our request. Okay, so we go now to blocks, start building. So everything starts when button 1 is clicked. And what happens? The same. We have to create our request. So we create the URL first of all. String http api carrots.com/streams. Okay, that is the URL that we have to use, api.carrots.com/streams. Now we make our header. Request headers, and again we make a list. List here, here, here. Okay. Text. Again, there should be carriers AP key. And here should be the number. Okay. This again. Content type. Application JSON. Okay, it's the same. And now we need also at the body the information that we want to send, and for that we need this instruction that is called post text. Okay, and we put here the text that we want to include. Okay, so everything starts like this. And we include parameters. For example, we should include the protocol, put the name of a parameter, dots, and then the value, Vídeo, comma, and next. For example, device, in which device we want to upload the data, and then we put the name of the device. Okay, you should use the name that you have selected in caveats. At what time? Okay, well, okay, now you can put a fixed time if you want. And finally, the data you want to upload. The data should be in brackets again. Here you can put whatever you want. You can put humidity, for example, 34, and temp, let's say 14. Okay, so that's what we're going to send. Some parameters, specify protocol, the device where we want to upload the data, the time, and so on. And very important, the data that we want to upload. And the last thing is to make the request component get. Okay, and to display information, we do the same. When we got the response, we got text, we're going to do set text box text, directly the response content. Okay, and that's it. Now we can execute as usual, connect an emulator, and it will as before. Okay, so we have waited a little bit, and now the app is running, so we can click the button, and then we get the results. We have uploaded our data, and we get a JSON with the data that we have sent.